Yesterday afternoon there, we got about a half-inch of rain. So today we're not going to be able to do any field work. That was way too much rain for the way this year's been going, but it is what it is. There's some more rain supposed to be coming in, I think tonight. I can't remember what time it starts, if it's late night or mid-afternoon, whatever it is, but supposed to get some pretty bad wind. They got tornado warnings and high winds, rain, all that good stuff. But so we'll see how much rain we get. If we don't get too much tonight, we'll be able to go out in the fields hopefully next couple of days. But we'll see how the weather goes. But right now we're in the shop. Gonna finish working on this baler here hopefully this morning. Well, it's about afternoon now, but a couple days ago I got the plunger in there. I'm finishing putting up these bottom knives here. I gotta get these plates finished up, bolted down, and I gotta get the new knives these knives, I gotta get them put in here. So gotta make sure I shim these right, and I gotta set the play in the plunger side to side and make sure the shims are right in the bottom there. So we're gonna get them checked out here, make sure that's all good, and then this thing should, I believe it should be done then. So other than putting up all the side plates, the bottom plates and all that stuff, but I gotta shim it first to make sure everything's good, make sure nothing's hitting, because if it's hitting and I gotta shim those knives on the plunger, I gotta pull this back out. So we'll get these bottom knives in here and make sure everything's shimmed right, and hopefully get this done. So I got the bottom knives in here, got them tied down. I was starting to set everything here, set the play side to side here. You got two inspection holes here where you just take this, bring a plunger back, and now you got your two rollers there. I got them set, and then I was gonna set the bottoms here, but my dad, he just called me, and he wants me to go work down some weeds and wheat that we had from the year before. It's starting to grow too much, and he thinks I can get across it just to knock the weeds down. So I'm gonna go do that now. Hopefully I can get across the ground. If not, we'll just come back and put everything away. But that's what I got so far. Like to get this done, but got other things we gotta get done. So we'll go do that and see how it goes. Well, we didn't get any rain last night, which is a good thing. It got real windy though. Didn't really dry nothing out though for some odd reason, but it's a lot cooler today, and got still good, probably 20 mile an hour winds. But we're in the field, working up pretty good. We got the packer on behind now too, trying to get some of these lumps busted up, and it's actually doing a lot better job than I was expecting. It's not as wet, but you can still see how dark it is. I made one round here, so this stuff's the stuff I just did today, and then that other lighter stuff's from day before, well, I guess 2 days ago now. But my dad's right there, he's planting, so we're gonna just keep going here and see what we can get done. But they took quite a bit of the rain out now, so hopefully we can get some of these acres done. But we're gonna keep going here and see what we can do. So we're getting along pretty good out here. My dad's up there. He's got quite a few acres planted so far, and I don't know if you guys can see this on the camera too good, but right in there over ain't green. Well, that's what we ripped. I don't know, that was late winter, early spring. And the stuff that's green is all the stuff that was ripped in the fall. And the hill that just came up back there, it's not a steep hill, but it's a good incline, and I'm having a hard time pulling it up the hill, and it's just awfully loose soil. So I'm hoping when I get over to that stuff I don't have any more problems, because usually when you rip in the spring, the ground don't have time to settle, and it's usually awfully loose. But this year all the ground seems to be loose, so I'm hoping I don't have any more issues the farther over we go, but time will tell. But the ground, it's definitely not any drier, but it's not any wetter after getting the rain. But I just have spots in here where it just pulls awfully hard, and I sink in probably 4 inches with the tractor. But yeah, you can pull it right through it. It just brings up all kinds of mud, which ain't ideal by no means. But this year it's just awfully weird how this ground is. But once you break it open, it dries it right out. And my dad, I don't know if you can see the dust he's got, but it's drying out, and he's a good probably hour behind me. But it's looking really nice. There's not many, there's lumps in it, but not huge lumps, which is what you want. If it's too fine, you get a hard rain on it, then it turns into concrete. So you want some lumps in it, but it looks pretty good for the most part. And we got all kinds of dust with the finisher in spots, and then other spots it has no dust because it's so wet. But everything's working out pretty good so far. But it's about 3 o'clock now, and I think I'm gonna go for lunch here in a little bit. But just trying to get up to the pasture here tonight anyways, so we'll see if we can do that. But I'll keep you guys posted. Yesterday I didn't film anything. Started off the morning and it just wasn't going good whatsoever. I got up in the morning and started working ground, and then discing on the finisher locked up, and it's that one right there. It locked up on me, and I don't know, I was working probably about an hour, and it locked up, the bearing went out, and went to spin. So I came back to the farm, which I was just on the other side of the farm there, and came home and looked for a bearing. Of course, we didn't have one. And then we were trying to get the nut off for the gang, and it wouldn't come off. We didn't have a big enough ratchet or a socket or anything like that to change it, because it was I think a 2 3/4 inch nut, so we didn't have nothing that big. We heated it up, put a pipe wrench on it, couldn't get it to come off, so we took it to our local they work on heavy equipment and stuff like that, and took it in there. They had an inch impact, air impact. They couldn't even get it to budge. They heated it up, put that on it, still couldn't get it off, and so they wound up cutting it off. And once we got the nut off, then of course the dealer, they didn't have any nuts in stock. They ordered one and they'll get it this morning, but we're running it without it because we're trying to get something done here because it's supposed to rain tonight, and well, I think it's tonight and then skip a day and then 3 or 4 days in a row rain. So we're just trying to get what we can done before the rain here. But yesterday we did get all this planted around home here. I was over there last time I filmed here, but we got all that done, and my dad got finished up I think that was around 6-ish yesterday night, and he got all the beans done over there. That's 140 something acres, I want to say. You got that done. Now we're switching over to corn. We want to get some silage corn planted and some other corn. There's 90-ish acres we want to get planted because the cutoff for insurance is beginning of June, like June 5th, I think. So we're trying to get some of that done for insurance before that. So we're gonna get that in because beans are a little bit later than corn on coverage anyway. So we're gonna switch over, do some corn. We're just going right over there. We own this, and then straight back, and then on an angle, so we don't own next to us or behind us, but on an angle there's 90 back there. So we're gonna move there this morning. I'm just finishing up this I guess it's 9-acre piece. This is where our silage corn is gonna be, which is right behind the farm here. So this is gonna be silage corn. But yeah, and then yesterday, I guess about noon time after all this happened, our vet came to do a herd check or pregnancy check, and when we were doing that, we were, I don't know, about halfway done with it. My girlfriend, she went out to check the one dry cow water, and one of the cows pushed another cow into the feed bunk, and so she was in there upside down. And we went out there with a skid loader and caught her in time to where she didn't beat herself up too much, and we went to flip her back over. Well, the feed bunk landed on her hoof and messed it up, and we were lucky the vet was there, so he fixed her up, and then got that all done, and then well, then once got all that stuff taken care of, went back to soil finishing. Well, then got all that stuff done and got moved home, and then my dad went to go get the fertilizer pump out. Well, then that was froze up and wouldn't run, and finally got that working, but everything just was not going good yesterday. It was just one of those days. So hopefully today goes a little bit better. Hopefully don't have any issues, and we got some hay mowed down. We're gonna try getting it baled before the rain here, so we'll see how that goes. But the baler, I did get it done. I guess I didn't film any of that either. I got that done a couple days ago, but we were gonna have the dealer come out and check over everything just to make sure I didn't miss anything, because something like that, if you're out of time just a little bit, you can have some major problems. So we're gonna have them come out. Hopefully they come out this morning. They were supposed to be here yesterday, but of course that didn't happen either. But hopefully they can make it out here today, and hopefully everything's good on the baler, because it should be, but just want to double check with them, and hopefully bale up some hay, because we're all out of hay, and need some small square bales for our customers. So hopefully we can get that done, and hopefully the hay dried out enough. My brother, he tethered it yesterday, so hopefully it's good to go. But this weather is just hasn't been cooperating either. But hopefully we can get it baled and get that stuff done before the rain. But we're gonna try planting, baling, and all the stuff in between here. So I think that basically catches you guys up on it. I know I'm kind of just rambling on, but we'll hopefully get some corn planted and some hay made. But I'm just got one more round here. We'll do the end rows, and then we'll go move to the next field. Moved back here and got this field opened up. Got a couple rounds done over here. This field goes to them trees there, and then kind of goes back and then comes back up into the front, because that's a different guy that owns that front there, or the side, I guess. But I think there's 90-ish acres here. If I remember right. I don't know if it's like a 80 back in the back here with both sides and then 10 in the front, or if it's 70 in the back and 10 in the front. I can't remember how this goes, but so we're gonna try getting what we can done in this field today. The rain's supposed to be coming later on tonight, so hopefully we can get majority of this done, if not all of it. But being that many acres with only a 8-row planter, it takes a little bit, but hopefully we can get most of this done. It's a nice square field for the most part until you get on the other side of that house, but that also is wet down in there. This is the drier side, which you can see you got plenty of dust, and this does seem to be drier than the last field I was in. It's not as dark, so that's good. But this was wheat last year. You can see some of the volunteer wheat. We had this sprayed. That's been quite a while ago, but as you can see, weeds are coming back, and that was what ripped quite a, I don't know, 2 weeks ago or so. But yeah, it's working up real nice. It's not too lumpy, but it got some mud in it, which ain't too bad for how this year's been. But it's about 9:30, so I'm gonna go for breakfast here real quick and get back at it. My dad, he's going, he finished up with the feeding and all that, so he's going for breakfast, and then we'll get back at it. So I'll get you guys back out here in a few. Oh, we're out here baling. Got the outside rounds and a couple rounds in these longer passes here. My brother's over there picking them up. There's a little piece over there that's a little too wet still, so we're just gonna round bale it. As you can see, the sky's turning awfully dark behind us. Not too sure if it's gonna rain on us or not. It looks like it's gonna go around us, which hopefully it does, because we're trying to get all this hay made. We got about 7-8 acres mowed down. We really don't care if the stuff we want to round bale gets rained on. We just like to at least get the small square baled stuff done. Well, we like to get it all done really, but if worse comes to worse, at least get the small square bales done and get them inside before they get rained on. But this hay is just fantastic, which is plenty early in the year to be making first cut. It's May, I don't know, 20 something, I don't even know what day it is, but it's looking really good. There's hardly any weeds in here, and it's real fine grass, which is good. But yeah, we got quite a bit here to bale. The baler's working fantastic. We had our local dealer, which is Plevna out of Napanee, Indiana. They came out here to go over everything because I changed all the chains, knives, and a couple roller bearings on the plunger. I never worked on these balers, so just want to make sure had everything in time. And he said had most of it. He said it would have baled, but a couple things were just off a little bit, he said. So he said it wouldn't really hurt anything, but he just said now everything's in time. It's perfect now, so good thing he did come out just to make sure. So then he said the twine disc were a little off, he said, which I never messed with those, but he got them working perfect now. So got good tails on them and cutting good, so I'm happy with it. So we're gonna keep going here, hopefully don't get wet and get all this hay picked up. It's almost 6 o'clock now. Got the hay baled in that one field. We got, I think it was 390 off it. Then it started sprinkling where my uncle raked the other hay, and which is probably about 2 to 3 miles away, and it rained there enough to where he said it just got the tractor wet, so it was too wet to bale it. So we're hoping we get mist tonight and then be able to bale it tomorrow. That's hopefully what happens, but we'll see. It looks like it's gonna fall apart before it gets here, but got that done. Baler worked great. Everything worked on it like it should. And then came home and got the fertilizer tank, can't really see it, on the truck. The pump, we forgot to drain the gas out of it, and now it's all plugged up. I pulled the gas tank, cleaned it all out. I can't get the carb working on it, so we're gonna get a new one coming for it. So what I gotta do is take the pump sitting there that we run these to fill the main tank, or the trailer tank. We're gonna take it off of these 3 tanks, put it on the back of my truck, take it over there and use it. So it's taking extra work here, but it is what it is. We need to pump fertilizer, so that's what we gotta do. So hopefully we can get that carb coming soon and not have to keep switching these back and forth, but we'll make do. So hopefully we can get that going. But my dad, he was planting and working ground by himself today, because me, my uncle, and brother were, my uncle was raking, I was baling, and my brother was picking them up. But we did get the wagon loads put away before the rain here, which it really only sprinkled here, so it wouldn't have hurt the hay any, but they're all inside. And now I'm gonna get the tank filled up with fertilizer, and then I got seed on the back of my truck, so we'll take that over to my dad and then work ground ahead of him. But I'll see how much he's got there, got done once I get there. But I just haven't really felt like filming much today, just because nothing's going right again today, but it is what it is. So hopefully rest of the day goes good and we can get some acres knocked out. up the last pass here in this field. My brother and mom's out here picking them up. Got quite a few bales off this piece. It's about I think it's about a 2.5 acre piece. Doing pretty good for this early in the season. But this morning I got groundwork ahead of my dad. I finished up in that one big field, and then I got the 10 acres in front of or I guess across the ditch. Got that all done for him, and he's out there planting now. So got enough work ahead of him to keep him busy for a while. And I got one more piece to bale up that we were in yesterday, and that piece, the stuff that we left was still a little wet, and with the rain coming in, we figured just leave it. And we didn't get hardly anything. It was just more or less a sprinkle there, and then this hay, it more or less was a heavy dew. My uncle was raking in. He said all it was enough to run off the tractor. So it dried back out today. It's about I think it's about 3 o'clock now, I guess. So it dried out. My brother, he tethered it this morning, and then my uncle raked it around noon, so it was dry enough. But we're gonna get moved to the next piece, get that baled up, and then we'll go ahead and head on home. I almost got the outside rounds done here, and then I'll work on these middle ones. But this is awfully thick in here, a lot thicker than I was thinking it was. But gonna be a lot of hay here. I already got a lot of bales just from short little outside rows here. But yeah, there should be easily I would think 200 to 300 bales here, and it seems awfully dry, a lot of dust, so that's always a good thing. But these windrows are hitting the bottom of the tractor, so they are awfully thick, and it's some nice looking hay, so that's good. But baler is just pushing them out, no problem whatsoever. It's when the baler's working, which knock on wood, we haven't had much issues with it. This baler will bale a lot of hay fast, and it's awfully it's a lot nicer than the New Hollands, I think. One, you're running right over the rows instead of off to the side of them, which I like that better. And everything's just a lot more compact on it, and it just makes it a lot nicer maneuvering it around and everything. But yeah, there's plus and minuses to both, but I like the Massey better in the experience we've had. But my brother, he just got here, so he'll start picking up bales. But we'll get this stuff knocked out here and head for home. Oh, I'd say we got our money's worth out of this one. Got pretty wore out. Didn't see it sitting right behind this tire here, but we'll get it changed here. Got the new one here, so we'll get this on here and keep going. Done baling. Can't remember exactly how many we got all together. It was a couple hundred off the one, and then a little over 300 off the other, and then 60 something, I believe it was, around the grain bins. So not too bad for being this early, and that was all small pieces. So we're happy with it, and it's real nice hay. So we'll we already technically got it sold, so we just gotta get delivered. But right now, back in the finisher, across the road, we were right over there. My dad's finishing up that 10-acre piece. This here, I can't remember exactly how many acres this is, but it's a decent little chunk here, and this is what the wheat stubble was on. And I worked this up a couple days ago. I don't know if you can see it too good over there, but got it worked up, and then you can still see some of the wheat growing here. This was way too wet in here when I was in here, so I stayed out of here, but now it seems pretty dry. Still got some wet spots and stuff, but nothing major, so we're gonna hit it hard, try getting this done tonight because rain's supposed to be coming tomorrow, but we'll see how it goes and see if we can get it done. So my dad got this field planted here, got this in the back piece. Now all we gotta do is jump across the road and go right back over here. So I'm in truck with the tanks, and we'll get over there and keep working ground. So last night finished up in the field I was in, soil finishing. My dad's got about a third of it left probably to plant, and he's gonna get that done. And then we got rain coming in around 10 o'clock this morning, so we're trying to get as much done as we can before the rain. I'm out here rolling the bean ground that we got planted a few days ago. We wanted to get this rolled, well, I looked up online, you're supposed to roll this right after you plant. This is the first year with the roller, so we didn't really know what or when to do it or anything like that. And I know we should have probably looked into that a little sooner, but it is what it is. We're still rolling it to get the rocks at least pushed in, but it would help a lot more if the ground wasn't set up some, because this stuff got rained on. We got that big rain right once we were planting it. I think we got a ½ inch after we planted it, and as you can see probably from the video, it is awfully rough out here, which we're in probably the roughest riding tractors ever made. These things are built to last, but they are sure a rough riding tractor. But we're getting it rolled. I should be about out of the stuff that got rained on. I think it's right, I'm about half and half on it. This stuff, I believe, didn't get rained on. It looks a little different. It don't look like it got rained on, so I'm hoping that's the case, because it's getting awfully rough riding across this stuff. But we're gonna try getting as much done as we can. I think it's about 8:30 right now. I got quite a few acres knocked out so far. I believe my dad said he got 40-ish acres planted before the rain, so it should have about that done right now. And but everything's going good so far. My dad, he finished up TMR this morning, and he's going to go plant, hopefully get that done before the rain. So, but we can't get all this done because there's 140 something acres in this field, so we're not going to be able to get it done if it's going to rain at 10 o'clock. But we're going about a little over 8 miles an hour, and we got 30-foot roller, but I can't hardly tell where I've been and where I haven't been, so more or less just going from one end to the other. But hopefully once we get into this softer ground, I can see what I'm doing. But some of these places you can see right there where I went, so you can tell some spots, other spots you can't, so kind of just going blindly across here. But hopefully we can get this rolled and get the corn in the ground. Well, rain, it's coming. It's starting to sprinkle here now, and it's lightning all around me here. So we're gonna head on up. Going about 10 mile an hour here, trying to get out of the field before it gets too muddy on me. But don't look good coming here, so we're gonna head up. I got a couple things to put away up there, and then hopefully get everything in before the rain.